Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to this game in the AT-15A, British Tier 7 Premium Tank Destroyer, and not a very common sight in the game. There's a good reason for that. This thing is kind of, well, not great, but I still have fun in it. You can see next to me is the non-premium British Tank Destroyer, the AT-7, and I am, I try and draw my team's attention to the hill. And I would like to go on the hill, but I've got a bad spawn for it. I have the worst spawn you could get. This is an encounter game on Himmelsdorf, sorry, in case it wasn't obvious. I have a bad spawn for that. So I could go up the hill, but I would have retired by the time I get up there. So instead, I'm going to take Banana Alley over here. Now, the British AT-15A is... It's basically an AT-15, which is the Tier 8 tank destroyer, put down at Tier 7, with considerably less health. You'll notice we don't have much more health than the Tier 6, the AT-8. With a worse gun, and it's probably the stock gun from the AT-15. And this is the 17 pounder, so you got like 170 odd penetration, 150 average damage, etc. And what this means in practice is that you have good armor, but not that much health for a British tank destroyer. And the gun, while it's good, you know, it's respectable in Tier 7 games, it's really bad in Tier 9 games, and it's not great in Tier 8 games. Does this tank get special matchmaking? No. Why does it not get special matchmaking? I have not got a bloody clue. Anyway, you can see me moving the tank around a lot. The reason for that is very simple. This has good armor, 225 odd millimeters, but it also has weak spots. The two that spring to mind, firstly and obviously, the nice big commander's hatch on the top right of the tank, and secondly, and slightly less obviously, the gun. The gun is set in a piece of metal, and there you can see the KV-1S puts a shot through a weaker point of my armor. The front of the tank, where the gun is, there's a slab of armor, basically the gun mantle, that covers up the hole that is there because there's a gun mounted into the tank. But there's a strip in there, there's a vertical slit that allows the gun to traverse up and down. And that is just a hole. You can take horrible advantage of that if you want. So that's actually a weak point. And you can see the problem with having low health. I have 850 health in this machine. And really, certainly when you're top tier, you want to be using this as an assault gun, not as a boring-ass, campy tank destroyer. And I've lost almost half of my health to one shot from a Tier 7 heavy. So, you have to be a little bit careful with this. You're not indestructible, but just pay attention to how myself and this AT-7 play during this game. He has a better gun, I have better armor. He has more health. So I try to keep this guy alive by, generally speaking, going out to take the first shot that's going to come toward us. And there's a scout or something behind us. And I try and keep moving, as I said, so that the shots at my weak points are harder. So by now most people are aware that if you shoot the top commander's hatch on British tank destroyers, you tend to give them problems. And there we go, kill that KV-3. And so if you keep moving, you make shots on those weak points a lot harder. And the score is currently 6-6. Now, wondering what to do at this point. We've lost the hill. There are a bunch of tanks that came down on the enemy team from the hill to around sort of B8, C8. So, having come down Banana Alley and shot up everything that I found down there, I now retrace my steps and go back down Banana Alley the other way and try and shoot up everything that I come across once again. Here is a T-25-2. If he aims for weak spots, he could be a problem, but he didn't, and the AT-7 puts him out of his misery. Trundle, trundle, trundle. T-29. Is he a threat? Of course he is. He's a T-29. Can we kill him? Most definitely. So myself and this AT-7 go to kill him. Now the AT-7 has the gun mounted on the right-hand side of the tank. This means that if it rounds a corner, a left-turning corner, it can hide most of its tank and just poke the gun out. And that can be really frustrating for the enemy. If, however, it rounds a right-handed corner, it has the inverse problem. It has to expose absolutely everything in order to get a shot off. So there, I'm just aiming at his lower plate. He fired, but missed at me. I really should have aimed that shot more carefully, but as it is, I will reload first, and I managed to ninja the kill. KV-1S coming up behind us. Alright then, let's deal with him. He's fired, he has something like a 15-second reload, and if I just aim this shot, I should be able to take him out. Boom, there we go, kill number 3. That was artillery. Their little FV-304, high explosive shell straight onto me, and British tank destroyers, in fact British tanks in general, do not like artillery. Oh, that little bugger just hit me again. Tracked me. Thankfully I have a fairly respectable repair crew on this tank. And I try and keep moving, there we go. We avoid the shot from him there. And you can see that where we were trailing 6-10, we're now winning 11-10. Not 6-10, sorry, it was 6-8. Which is nice, and it's now been leveled up 11-11, which is less nice. So what do we have left? IS-2, okay, tier 7 heavy. Me, tier 7 TD. 87, tier 7 TD. And some artillery. They have the Burt, artillery. He wasn't watching where he's going, and now he's dead. A43, tier 6 medium. And an IS, tier 7 heavy. So, how this game goes is going to depend on how much health people are on, and oh, their IS is on full health. Damn it. He takes out our artillery. Right. Our team is kind of spread around the map a little bit now, which is a bit of a problem. But I'm on 4 kills. There is the potential for a Top Gun here, which would be nice. And I'm trying to trundle over here. My mind, my thought process was originally to engage the IS, but then I noticed the medium tank over here, so I was going to engage him. I thought he was going to try and go around the rear of the 88, so I was trying to cover his back basically, but now he's coming up here. Hopefully he's going to zoom out. There he goes, and boom, shot into him. Now he manages to get around me. The thing with the A43 is that it gets a choice of either the 57mm or the 76mm guns that you get on the T-34 at tier 5. Penetration, not so great. Side armour of the AT-15A, fairly respectable. And so he actually, he manages to get 1 penetrating hit into me, which was annoying, and maybe he used premium ammunition for it, maybe he didn't. Who knows? Who cares? I'm on 172 health. I put a shot into him, he bounces, he keeps bouncing, he takes more damage, I back off, he gets another penetrating hit in, and I change my fire to the IS, who bounces on me. I bounce on the A43 and get another shot into the IS. And then I just come forward and finish off that dude. 5 kills. The IS is suddenly not looking too clever, but oh good lord, I have other things to worry about. The Burt comes up behind me, derps me, takes my track off. Damn it. But 87 friend kills the IS, which is good. FV-304 misses his shot, and I get a snapshot into him which basically takes off just over half his health. The FV-304 does not have much in the way of health, because it is basically the love child of an ELC AMX and a Hummel. It's a light tank with a howitzer that calls itself an artillery piece. And there we go, we put a shot into him and kill him. Hurrah! Top Gun! And as it turns out, something like 1400 base XP, 3000 and something or other damage. Top Gun, Steel Wall, High Caliber, and Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. And I've been trying to get Ace Tanker in this for ages. The last game I had that came close was a defeat. We got capped, unfortunately, and that was before, you know, getting all these medals, gave you an XP bonus if you lost, and it was before the High Caliber medal existed. So unfortunately, that didn't get me the Top Gun. Sorry, the Ace Tanker. But anyway, there we go. Fairly nice game. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel, and I wish you happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.